I know I seem like a kid. I'm like a super liberal guy, by the way, audience. That is, everybody thinks I'm a conservative in this town.
I don't know the difference between the words. We started the podcast by you asking what are our political beliefs.
Yeah.
What's the conservative, Republican? I know Democrat's a bad one, right? I grew up hearing Democrat's a bad one.
Yeah.
That's true, right?
Both parties suck. Like, Democrats aren't liberal right now.
Okay.
You know, like Biden gave money to Israel, right? Like it was.
I don't like Biden.
Yeah.
If that can answer any questions.
It does.
I think I grew up by my dad telling me, I love you. You're not Democrat. That's pretty much.
Yeah, it's. I don't know because like the Democratic Party isn't liberal. They're not liberal. They're warmongers now. The same way the Republicans were during Iraq and all of that shit. You know, so it's. Where do you stand on universal health care?
What does that mean? This is so much more Hayden conversation.
Where do you stand on universal health care?
I don't care about any of that. All of them need to have their heads sawed off.
Wait, what? The kids?
No. Everyone in D.C. needs to have their head chopped off.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean,
I'm
obviously.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't care about any other policy.
Yeah.
Public hangings.
I don't care what happens next. I just want them all dead.
You just want them all dead. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. I think that's... You're an anarchist.
It's not. No, it's not cool. It's necessary.
It's necessary.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. See that steely resolve?
That's that fucking Dick Cheney there.
You know who that reminds me of?
Dick Cheney?
Another guy.
Yeah, like I'm pro guns.
Yeah.
I want to carry 5 guns on me at all times. Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. For gay marriage, do what you want, but leave me out of it.
Are they trying to include you right now?
They are. They're trying to recruit me. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm pushing back a bit.
Like, all right.
But I want to fucking be able to drink and drive. I want to. No, that was a joke.
No, that's cool. I like that.
So I don't know what
that was a free country, but whatever.
I don't know if there's.
So
if
a poor kid gets cancer, right?
Sure.
Like a little poor child.
What race is he?
What's that? Poor white child.
Okay.
How about
I'll do anything.
Asian? Poor Asian child. The
have to
rare
check-
poor Asian.
I'll have to check the budget.
Would you be willing to be taxed 0.5% more so that kid doesn't die of leukemia?
I'm willing to pay taxes. I know it's a thing. I got to do it.
Because right now the taxes are going to bombing Palestinians.
Yeah, I'm not for that.
That's no good, right?
Hot take. I don't think there should be taxes at all.
Ooh, what's the argument there?
Hey, so you know that little number before the end of your paycheck, which is like the money that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger number.
Yeah, the bigger number. Okay, so imagine keeping just that number.
I'm on board.
Instead of the smaller number afterwards.
You wouldn't get those low-paying jobs if there weren't taxes, though.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Yeah, because then the rich would hoard. It would become like even more of an oligarchy very quickly. You have to set some sort of government stuff.
See, here's the thing. I'm actually for a minimum wage.
Yeah.
I've talked about this a lot in private, not on the podcast. But like the minimum wage should be like $50 Like if you look at what the like the value of silver was back in like 1944 or whatever, and what the minimum wage was, if you peg that to today, it's like 55 something bucks an hour.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm totally for that. But
then we would, that's it's so tough because like there is a right balance. There is that like warm porridge, but like the fucking, if you do it $50, then half of the minimum wage workers lose their jobs. If you do $7, none of us are going to. The federal fucking minimum wage is still $7.25.
yeah.
That is insane. Right?
Yeah, I know what you guys are talking about. I'm on board.
Anyways, what about gay black Jews?
This is where my brain just shuts off. He is so Dick Cheney, bro.
Yeah.
You are Dick Cheney.
And you're George Bush. Like,
I'm just...
Watch this drive.
Watch this drive.
Watch this drive. Meanwhile,
that is it.
Dick Cheney was such a psycho, and it's kind of funny to look. It's not funny if you were in the Middle East, but like he was calling in like bombings and then having his buddy's company do construction to like build them back up.
It was
just like
it was worse than that. Halliburton was getting 0 bid government guaranteed contracts. So that means that usually in like a government contract, multiple contractors would put in bids to see who could do it the cheapest. And they were, because Dick Cheney was vice president, they were like, No, just his company. You don't think that's a little suspicious at all? Doesn't bother you a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. And then meanwhile, there's like just some Middle Eastern girl, like 9 years old. She's like, you know what? I'm going to learn to read. They don't want me to learn to read. She walks into preschool and there's fucking Cheney's bomb.
But hey, it was to protect women's rights in the Middle East. Dude.
It was to protect women's rights and also to defend our freedoms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right?
And we like our
Yeah.
freedoms. No, we're fucked. We're all fucked.
It's
And then
all
we got
gone to shit.
Biden, Trump too, baby.
Let's go, Donnie.
Donnie. We're
Daddy
just-
Donnie.
Stop. You're gonna lose your beautiful apolitical fan base. I'm just ruining you guys now. What are you doing?
No,
Don't
it's actually
fall for-
fun. I never get to talk about this stuff
Yeah.
other than when like Ryan has to listen to me drunk rant at 2 a.m.
Yeah, no,
Because I can't compete in this conversation. Like, you guys talking right now, no idea what you guys are talking about.
I love it. It's just like minimum wage.
Well, no, okay, so like I'm fascinated with a couple of things. Like my main point is everyone in DC needs to have their head chopped off like in broadcast so
Yeah.
that like everyone knows that we've killed them all.
That'd be nice.
And that means like, you know, total anarchy, whatever. I don't care what replaces it. But also the minimum wage should be higher than $20. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. To waste an hour of your time for 20 fucking bucks.
I agree.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
McDonald's is 20 fucking bucks. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean the value of the dollar is so pathetic at this point.
Yeah, especially now. Dude, when I moved here, gas was like $3.50.
Yeah.
Look at it now.
One of my biggest things that nobody talks about, Bernie actually did, which was cool, was the Citizens United case. Do you know what that one is?
No.
It's like bare bones. It's the Supreme Court ruling that says that somebody's money and their campaign contributions are an extension of their freedom of speech. They're protected by the First Amendment. But what in effect that does is allows for all of those lobbyists to give them however much money they want to these politicians, get them elected, and now they've got to do what they said they were going to do. So like these for-profit prisons, right? So they have a lobby. They have all this money. By the Citizens United case, they can give that money to whatever politician they want. So you contribute $10 to this guy. They just gave $50 million to this guy to run all of his ads. He gets elected. Now they're like, okay, we need to hit our quota on prisoners. So what we're going to do is you're going to support the war on drugs, and all of these guys, usually poor black people, are going to go to jail. And then at one point in the 90s, 1 in every 3rd African-American man was in jail. But if you take away Citizens United, say you cap it at $50,000 donations, then the vote suddenly matters. Then they're not going towards the corporations. They're actually saying, okay, this is what I said to the people who are going to donate, to the people who are going to vote.
So after the prison stuff, they talk to the guy that donated $10 and ask what he wants, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
They were like, and what about you? He's like, man, I sold a dime back. I'm doing life.
Yeah.
I can't see my daughter.
No, dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
So, and that's, you know, on the normal political spectrum, a liberal idea. It's not a Democrat idea, though, because they like that money. And it's not a Republican idea. On like this, it should be like the traditional liberal, but there's no representation for that idea. There was Bernie, and then they didn't let him beat fucking Hillary.
Yeah, they railroaded him.
Yeah.
So Bernie Sanders was supposed to be the Democratic nominee for the 2016 election, and they straight up were just like, you can't.
Yeah.
He had all the votes for it, and they were like, nah, it's going to be this chick.
It's going to be Hillary.
So nothing matters and nothing's real.
Precisely.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's where
Bees.
that's where my thought process stops. I assume
Yeah.
it's all rigged.
Yeah.
It's all fucked.
Yep.
But no, I'm not going to fix it. So I'll just talk about fucking
Yeah.
gorillas and giraffes.
Yeah. Not everyone's Bill Hicks.
So I don't even worry about it.
Yeah. And you shouldn't. That's way better than me waking up and going, Like, yes. I do that every day.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit,
I
the
wake up
vulture
and I'm
is gone.
furious at Biden
Yeah.
and Trump.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking RFK's making sense, and now they say he's got a worm in his brain. I'm like, maybe I'm stupid.
I go, it's out of my control. I'm not even going to worry about it.
Yeah.
And the nukes will come when they come, and I'll just fucking die.
Yeah, and that would be...
I don't care.
You know what's great about death is there's no more fucking work.
Yeah, dude.
Death
There
is the
better not
only-
be an afterlife, dude. Oh, I'd be so mad.
Death is the only thing that's fair. Everybody dies.
Yes.
Everybody fucking dies.
Hell yeah.
That's why I don't even worry about death. I'm like, it happens to everyone, and it's going to happen.
Dude, we are such different... I stay up at night going like, I'm going to die one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, the ending of my novel is like a conception of like the afterlife and like what... but it's got midgets, it's got Hitler, it's a lot of fun, dude. Penguin's not going to touch me with a fucking 10,000-foot dick. I'll tell you
right?
that much. Yeah. Yeah.
You, I'm also not religious at all.
Really?
Are you?
I try to be.
Try to be?
Yeah, I think it's like that base fear of like, okay, what happens after you die? You know, it's one of the biggest human questions. I think certainty on this topic is stupid. You know, if you're like, absolutely not, there is nothing, I think that's a dumb idea. And if you're like, actually, the book's right, it's like, the book's wrong.
Yeah.
The book's great. It influenced all of writing in the Western world, but really?
Anyone who says they have an answer, avoid that person at all costs.
If there is...
Nobody
Yeah.
has the answer.
No, if there is an afterlife, nobody's nailed it. We have no conception of what it could be.
That's right.
Yeah.
But people can have assumptions. People can think that you're in the clouds with Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
breaking bread and drinking wine. I happen to think when you die, it's just like before you were born.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's just what I don't know. I'm not.
That
gonna
doesn't
say,
terrify you?
Nah.
Dude, that fucking scares the shit out of me.
You won't know.
I know, but
You won't even know isn't even the right sentence.
I-
You won't even.
You won't even.
Nothing. Not even nothing.
Dude,
You just won't.
my first panic attack was this. And I was like 4 or 3 years old because I was reading, I had like my first Bible that my mom gave me.
Just the
So
one with pictures?
Yeah, the one with pictures. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm only talking.
We grew up in the South, dude. I know about the picture Bible.
Yeah. So I'm flipping through, and it was like, oh, on the seventh day, God made man, right? And like also the animals. Then I'm reading the
Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
I guess I'm a little bit religious, only when it comes to bits.
I love that bit so much.
First panic attack.
Oh, so then I read a dinosaur book, and it was like, dinosaurs were 60 million years ago. So I asked my mom, like, are fucking dinosaurs animals? She said yes. And I saw that this was 60 million, and this one said the same day. And then I was like, God's not real. And I just started shaking and crying.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
And my mom's like, yeah, he's going to go to rehab.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a reckoning to have.
Dude,
that young.
I my dumbass like was trying to tell the other fucking kindergartners. I'm like, God's not real. And they were like, what the fuck, dude?
I had the same thought, but I had no panic about it.
Yeah.
I had the exact same thought at a later time.
Yeah.
We grew up going to Tennessee fucking Baptist church.
Yeah.
And not for a second did I go. I was like, these guys are onto something.
Yeah.
From the jump, I was like, this is not right.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. From like a fucking 7-year-old, I was like, this isn't adding up.
No.
Which is the comic brain.
Yeah.
Is just like seeing something and going, this is
bullshit.
I'm seeing right through all this.
Yeah, that's all of comedy is going, no.
Well, why do you think you heard that news and it freaked you out, and I heard that news and I was like,
Because you're smarter. That's
that ain't it.
That's a wise or wiser. That's a wise perspective to be like, no. Right? It's like, oh, okay, why waste this energy? For me, it's just that idea of the consciousness shutting off entirely. The idea of nothing, the idea of not existing.
Yeah.
I had this thing when I was young that wasn't a panic attack where I'd like, it actually just came, the room would get small and like I'd feel things like pulsating. Mm-hmm. And I, like looking back, I have talked to doctors about this, but like it was terrifying. It was like nothing's real right now. And like my teacher, I remember that it was a substitute teacher. He had a beard, but like it was sort of clean shaven. This detail doesn't matter. And he got really small. And then I would sit in like my playroom at home, and then like the cabinet would just like shrink, and then like the world would like pulse. And
Like a bit of an out of body.
something like that, right? And I forgot all about this, and it will come up in my memory. I listened to the song "Oh Superman" by like whoever Lou Reed was dating at the end of his life, and it sounded like it felt.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? But like that feeling of terror in that moment is like the same exact feeling I get thinking about there not being a consciousness anymore. But there was one day, and it was with that substitute teacher, where I was just like, this is fun. I was like, this is fun. Let me have fun in this like weird, surreal experience.
Yeah.
And then it stopped, and it never came back.
Wow.
You haven't had a panic attack since?
No. I've had panic attacks. It's completely different than a panic attack. I have no idea what the fuck that was. But once I had your moment where I was like, oh, this is fun, it doesn't matter, then it stopped.
Good.
I don't know what that thing is. And once I can apply that to death, then I'm solid. But
It's a good way to go through life.
yeah.
Nothing matters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't fucking be mean to people. Don't
Yeah.
fucking punch an old lady. But like, nothing matters.
What was she wearing?
Sundress. I saw them fucking veiny,
Old lady in a sundress?
veiny
dude?
legs. Yeah, those fucking purple legs.
Your Honor, she
Had
was
to-
in a sundress. I had to sock her.
I had to punch her. Bro. Nothing matters.
Put her in that varicose pain, dude.
Bump it.
Let's go. Yes. Wine call from deep.
Let's go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. It's all gonna end. Fucking Biden sucks. I don't care. I don't care. Nothing matters. I'm gonna fucking die.
I love how your religious musings are Biden sucks.
What? Just anything.
Yeah.
Fucking trans people getting married. Who cares? I
Who
don't
gives
fucking
a
care.
shit? Yeah. Let them swim.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Leah Thomas. One thing you can say about her, she has balls.
She's coming on next week. She's coming on the pod, episode 113.
Oh, man.